Imagine walking up to somebody in class and saying, you know, the clothes you're wearing today, I'm not sure they're going together in the way you meant them to. Most of us probably wouldn't do that, and most of us would think it's extremely rude if somebody did that to us. But in peer review, this is what we're actually asking you to do. Comment on somebody's writing. My name is Callie Binkowski, and I'm here today to share with you some guidelines for how to give feedback during a peer review that will help you do this in a respectful and helpful way. So let's get right to the guidelines. I have 5 guidelines for you, and the first one is to be respectful. So please use appropriate and professional language, but there's other ways you can be respectful of the work that's already gone into the piece that you are reading. Suggest changes rather than commanding changes. Don't say, you should split this sentence up into 2 sentences. You could say things like, your sentence seems quite long, maybe you want to shorten some of these sentences. Try and encourage them with things that they've done well or with things they might want to change rather than being mean about things. 2, be constructive. Work towards solving the issues. What we mean by this is if there's a problem, for example, in organization or other things like that, don't just say, you have really bad organization here. Say, I can see where your argument's going, but it seems out of order. Maybe you'd like to think about having this first and this second and this third. So offering suggestions can really help them be better writers. The third one, we do want you to be critical. Don't read through a work and just say, oh, it looks wonderful, I love it all. Really dig into it and see if it meets the requirements of the assignment and maybe if it meets all the parts of the rubric if you were given one. Be critical about the things that really could be improved. Feel free to also identify areas where you're critically looking at it and thinking this is a really good part. Feel free to share that as well. Being specific is probably one of the most important things. You've probably experienced this. One of the least helpful things is, I don't like this, or this is unclear, or I'm not sure what you're getting at here. Just written in the margin of a paper. Try to be specific about these things. What exactly is unclear? Maybe add a question so that your writer has a chance to figure out where you're going wrong. Be as specific as you can about what's unclear or inaccurate. And finally, guideline 5. Try to be very relevant with your comments. Now, what will be relevant will depend on what your instructor is asking you to do in the peer review. Think very closely about the instructions you were given for this assignment and make sure that the person who's writing, that you're reviewing, is actually meeting those requirements. That's one really good place to focus. You need to recognize that you're probably working with a huge diversity of people, and many of them are non-native English speakers and writers. Do try to stay focused on the content. In our case, we're going to be focusing primarily on the science. Yes, there may be grammatical errors and English errors and other writing areas. You can comment on those and provide suggestions, but make it a very small part of the feedback that you give. Really stay focused on the content. Use the rubric if you were given one, or use the instructions in the assignment to make sure you're focusing on what they're supposed to be conveying in the work. So these are my guidelines. Good luck with your peer review.